The two motorcycle riders perceive the existence of the SUV, no, as a threat to their safety. Probably the SUV driver is thinking about the protection of his property. Good day, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Psychology and Social Issues. Philip here, your teacher. And for today's video, we'll be having a new video. And for today's video, we'll be talking about and explaining the recently happened road rage incident in Antipolo. Okay, and we'll be using the theory, terror management theory, in explaining why such incident happens or will happen. And if you notice, for several days or years, you can always witness in the social media, in whatever platforms, that road rage incidents happen. Okay, when I was young, I still remember that there was the famous incident in one of the cemeteries in Luzon. If you remember, I forgot the whole details, but um I think that was around I remember that incident happened. It's because of All Souls or All Saints Day, and there were kids involved or who died in that incident. It's road rage, and that happened several years ago, and until now we haven't learned anything out from those incidents. And just as I mentioned, just recently in Antipolo, there was another road rage incident wherein, unfortunately, one person involved expired, and two or three others were injured. Okay, so let's explain why road rage is happening in the field of psychology. Okay, probably you've heard several explanations about road rage and why this is happening. In fact, there were several researchers I've encountered talking about road rage. And for today's video, I will explain road rage using terror management theory. And then stay tuned until the end, because we'll be talking some possible interventions or possible recommendations wherein at least somehow we can address this issue or probably soon reduce these issues. Okay? Stay tuned until the end and comment down in the comment section the things that you like about this video, and you may click thumbs up or you may also click thumbs down if you do not like. And please comment in the comment section what are the things that I need to improve. Okay, so let's proceed. Again, as I've mentioned, I'll be talking about the terror management theory. So I'll be explaining what is terror management theory. So I'm going to share to you now my slide. Just a very quick discussion about terror management theory. Okay, so terror management theory is defined as or proposes that people exhibit self-protective, emotional, and cognitive responses when confronted with reminders of their mortality. Okay, this definition was extracted from David Meyer's book, Social Psychology. Okay, so take note of the phrase self-protective, emotional, and cognitive self-responses. So basically, it covers the whole of the individuality, the whole attitude of the person. Again, EQ and IQ. Okay, emotion and cognition. Okay, here's another definition or description of what is terror management theory. So it proposes that people strive to sustain the belief they are significant contributors to a meaningful universe, to minimize the potential for terror engendered by their awareness of their own mortality. Okay? They may be presented differently, but yet if we're going to look at it, to look at the two definition, most likely they present more or less the same concept. More about emotion, self-protection, stem from emotions, cognition, reminders of mortality. Okay, so take note of that. And in the second definition, there's this phrase that they are significant contributors to a meaningful universe. So it is something to do with self-esteem. Okay, so basically it involves evaluation of your value as an individual. Okay, whether to your own self, to your family, or to the society. Okay, so let's just add that idea. So again, terror management theory, the is a self-protective emotional cognitive responses coming from the idea that a person believes that he is, or that one is an important or significant contributor to a meaningful universe. Okay? And to minimize chances or a potential error. Okay? So we're trying to make our own definition here for us to really incorporate the definition to our own selves. Okay? So that when people ask you what is terror management theory, you get to explain it without necessarily memorizing the theory or the description I have given you. Okay? Now, in terror management theory, the theory assumes there are two assumptions of this theory. The first assumption is that individuals or human beings, including animals, are made up of different biological makeups that develop a strong desire for survival. So basically, it is something to do with self-preservation. And this is true not only to humans but also to animals. Okay, so that is why when you encounter an experience that reminded you that you are mortal, you are in a situation, you are in a dangerous situation, you tend to exhibit a behavior, or your biological makeup will force you to manifest a behavior to either address or stay away from that dangerous situation. Or in psychology, other people will call it flight or fight response. Okay? So it is the terror management theory is somehow related to that. Now, let's proceed. The second assumption, humans have evolved cognitive abilities to think abstractly, meaning we reason out in different ways and to think in terms of past, present, and future, and to be aware of their own existence, or to be aware of our own value in the society. Okay? So basically, our past experiences will remind us what will happen if we don't act promptly to the situations that will remind our mortality or to the dangerous situations we are in. Okay? Now, let's go back. Let's apply this terror management theory in explaining what happened to the Antipolo road rage incident last when was that? You comment. Anyway, I think last week. I think last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so let's just close the PowerPoint first. Okay, so I'm going to show you the picture. Okay, so I believe you're familiar with what happened. We may not be able to listen to the stories of both sides, but again, it's a road rage incident, regardless of the story, regardless of who is right, who is wrong in this situation. Yet, this incident happened. Okay, so this went viral in the social media. So I hope you get to remember, and I hope you get to learn out from this discussion. Now, what happened? So I will just leave the picture there while discussing. Okay, so that you'll be reminded that this is our main topic. Again, How will terror management theory explain the road rage incident? Again, remember, the terror management theory is that a person will manifest behaviors that will address dangerous situations or perceived dangerous situations that will remind one's mortality in view or in the assumption that the person believes his value to the society. O, di ba? We were able to make our own definition without looking to the definition I presented to you earlier. Again, regardless of the story, what happened here? Okay? So basically, if you're going to look at it, there were three parties involved. No? Two motorcycle riders and one driver of the SUV. And let's just include the all the families inside the family members inside the SUV. Okay? So basically, all of these individuals perceive their value of their self, or they see themselves, they have high regard to themselves, they have high self-esteem. That's what we call, okay, high self-esteem, because evaluation of your value to yourself something to do with self-esteem. Okay, especially we might have different levels of self-esteem, but with reference to your economic situation, financial status, situations or positions in the family, in the society, all of us would see ourselves as high self-esteem, because of course if we don't see it, we will allow people to bully us, to disregard our existence, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, in this case, the driver of the SUV perceives himself as high self-esteem. The two motorcycles perceive themselves to having high self-esteem. And then let's just say something happened in the road that trigger or that somehow question their self-esteem. Okay? Let's just say um let's just say somebody got overtaken, the either the motorcycle or the SUV driver, and then they might think, oh, somebody insulted me. It could be like that. That's another story. Okay, it could be like that. Or another situation, it could be that the two motorcycle riders perceive the existence of the SUV, no, as a threat to their safety, because of course motorcycle riders will easily be put in danger as compared to four wheels. Okay, we always remember that, because again, motorcycles are just two wheels. So in terms of accident, usually motorcycles, even if it's their fault, usually they are the most affected. Okay, and then it's not just about physical, no, but that probably the two motorcycle riders perceive danger in the presence of the SUV, and then at the same time, probably the SUV driver is thinking about the protection of his property, the car, the four wheels. Yeah? Probably the person is not thinking about more of himself, because he is protected, yeah, of any dangerous accident, but he's thinking about the value of his property, which I believe connected to one's self-esteem. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't agree, or agree, and then you comment down below. The same thing also with the two motorcycle riders. Now, if accidents happen, of course, their motorcycle will be affected as well. It's their property. So both parties probably thinking about their properties. Okay? So, they are now both parties are now in the situations in the dangerous situations that reminded them about their mortality. Okay? So that is why in cases like this, you can expect that they will exhibit the a behavior that will protect themselves. That is why it is called terror management theory. You are managing the perceived terror in the environment. So tensions will get high, drivers will get mad in the situation. So much more if psychology will explain that one of the reasons aggression increases is because of the presence of a weapon. And it is very evident in this situation because the driver of the SUV had a gun in the car despite of the implementation of gun ban due to election. Okay? So this is the reason why usually in this case road rage incident happened. And it got worse in this situation. So other situations, other people hurting one another, the fighting in the street, it is because of the tension, because of their thinking, of the high tension thinking that what they are manifesting or behaving is just simply protecting or a behavior protecting themselves from any danger. Okay? Now, what can we do to address this one? Okay? As you can see, well, this is my personal observation. As I've seen in different videos in social media uploaded, okay? That in the Philippines is one of the, I should say, worst, or I should say Filipino is one of the worst respondents of road rage incidents or road accidents, I should say. Why? Road rage happens because we respond negatively. Okay? I've been to other places, other countries, and I've witnessed how they behave. Now, I knew one. I had a friend. I should say I have a friend wherein she experienced road accident outside of the Philippines, and then they had the so-called good insurance policy from the government, and then every time you get accident, automatically it is easier for them to process insurance claims, and the insurance company will shoulder all the damages, including the rent of a temporary replacement car. So because your car will be repaired or your vehicle will be repaired and you cannot use anything, so the insurance company will let you rent for how many days or months until your vehicle will be available soon. Okay? So usually people are aware of that and that they will not get easily mad when there is accident in the road. Here in the Philippines, I'm not really familiar with the how insurance policy works in terms of road accidents. Na? Yet, what I know is that it is very difficult for Filipino people to process insurance claims when an individual experience road accidents or vehicle accidents. And I believe this is one of the reasons why people will behave negatively when road accident happens. Okay? Because, of course, everyone will try to protect and claim they are correct instead of accepting they are wrong. Okay? And, of course, both parties will believe that all of them are correct. The ending will be, of course, road rage or a fight between two parties. Okay? So I hope the government, if anyone from the government or any one of you can recommend to the government, that probably they can look into the implementation of the insurance policy regarding road accidents or vehicle accidents. So that as well, if you really want to address this one, and then I believe this is the start. Okay? Try to imagine, if you are aware, if you know that, sorry, excuse me po. If you know that there is an insurance company ready to shoulder your expenses of your vehicle, regardless of what happened, there's no need for you to be afraid of spending. And that you will feel comfortable if there whatever accident, whatever happened to your vehicle. Okay? So I hope you learned something, and if you reach this video, a part of the video, please do like and share our video so that other people also will understand, especially those who are interested in learning psychology. Okay? And this is just my request. Please do click thumbs up if you like the video or our discussion, and then comment down below what part of the video you like, and then click thumbs down if you do not like, and comment down below in the comment section what part of the video you don't like, so that for me to improve. Okay? And lastly, please do subscribe to my channel. Okay? So thank you very much, and see you in our next video.